everyone, it's Annika again, and today is a very special video. I like to say that about all my videos because they are very special to me. But anyway, I've been getting a lot of comments on my YouTube videos and DMs on my Instagram page about life as an international student or stuff about BVC, and I appreciate all your questions. I try so hard to get back to each and every one of you as much as I can, but since there are a lot of questions that are very similar, I decided to just make this video and help out more people. Okay, so we'll basically be talking about my experience in BVC, and I'm here to answer all of your questions about Bow Valley College too. So I am currently taking a 2-year BA diploma majoring in integrated marketing communications, because back home I used to work in advertising, so I thought that marketing here would be very beneficial to the career that I want to pursue right after I graduate. So in terms of the tuition fees, my current tuition is around $8,000 per semester. So I have 4 semesters, fall and then winter, and then we have a spring and summer break, but then you also are allowed to take classes within the spring and summer break, though the classes are formatted differently, and then another fall and winter term, and then I graduate in 2023. So basically your total expenses would be roughly around 32,000 Canadian dollars just for the tuition fees. So in that $8,000, I have tuition for 5 of my classes, which is around $1,500 each, student association fee, which is $54, dental plan, which is around $75, my health plan is also $75, student services fee of $50, technology fee of $30, and learner health and wellness fee of $50. So in BVC, there's a student association office that actually helps students with whatever they need. Personally, what I've been getting from them is free tampons and free napkins, because you could just go to their office and then you can get all of those things for your period, and it's all for free. And then they also have a lot of student programs and events, so I think this is the funding for that. And for your dental plan and health plan, this is on top of what you already have from Alberta Health Services. So because healthcare here is amazing compared to the Philippines, a lot of stuff is covered already, but one thing that isn't covered with your dental insurance is cleaning. So AHS will not clean your teeth, but because of your dental plan as a student, you have free cleaning in select clinics here. And also they cover a percentage of wisdom tooth extraction, so you basically just have to pay a very small fee. I've had friends who've done it here already and they've saved so much money with this dental plan. So I encourage you guys, and I should too, use my dental plan because we are paying for it every semester. And for your health plan, this is also on top of what AHS offers you, but then they cover basically a lot already. I don't know what will not be covered if anything happens to me, so this is a good thing. And student services fee, technology fee, and learner health and wellness fee, this is all of the extra stuff that the school offers. Anything from IT, or if you need anything for school, they give away free notebooks and all of that. There's a lot of mental health programs at school, a lot of well-being programs. They have free yoga sessions and whatever. So all of these fees are for that. And if you're gonna ask me, I think they're quite pricey, but we are international students and we do have the international student fee compared to the normal student fee at these schools. So I also get a lot of questions on what program to take. So personally, what I always reply to those questions is go for what you love and go for what you already have experience in your country back home. Because I've met a lot of people here who are thinking of getting supply chain management because it's easier to get a job here if you have a supply chain management degree or diploma, something like that. I don't know where they heard that from, but employers here really look at your experience. So if you study something that you're not as familiar with, then you're still gonna have to gain experience for that here. It's kind of like going back to the start versus if you already have experience back home and you've kind of strengthened your knowledge here with the additional education that you are taking, then you can find a job way more easily. Currently, I'm looking at different summer and spring internships that acknowledge my experience back home and what I'm currently taking. So I've been talking to a lot of them and they do acknowledge my experience back home because it is in line with the degree that I am taking right now. So next question I always get, hey Annika, what courses do I take for this semester? So Bow Valley College actually has a flow chart on their website specific to the different programs. So personally, I follow that flow chart religiously. If it tells me to take this class this semester, I will take it. So usually your first year, you just take all of your floating and basic business classes, and then your second year, that's when you take all of your major programs. So this first 2 semesters I've been taking accounting, management, HR, but next year I'll be taking all of my major classes like content creation, digital media, copywriting, advertising, project management, all of that. And I'm very, very excited to take those classes. So I will leave the link down below to BVC's flowchart per program, and you can just look for the program you're looking at there, and you can see the classes that you will be taking once enrolled to that program. So I've also been getting a lot of questions where BVC is. So what I like about BVC is that it's located downtown, not necessarily in the heart of downtown, but it is very convenient to commute there. So the train, called the C train here, actually stops by the entrance of BVC. So literally when you open the train doors, you are at the entrance of BVC, which I think is really great. And also right across BVC is a superstore, so it's very easy to find anything you need if you're hungry for a snack. Now, the only con I would have to say to BVC's location is that it's right next to a shelter, so you will see a lot of homeless people surrounding the campus, and there will be a lot of them just smoking or just sleeping next to the doors of school, or like at night they're just like a lot of them, and they're kind of rowdy. So that's the only thing I don't like about it, but everything else, it's pretty good to me. Like, it's a very convenient commute. The campus is very big. It's also very pretty. Like, it's mostly buildings. Like, they don't have a field or anything, not much for recreation, but at the same time, like, it is post-grad studies. Like, you don't need much of your physical education stuff there, right? So I think BVC's campus is in a pretty decent location, and it is a pretty good campus, yeah. So next question, people have asked me how long was the process before I actually became a BVC student. So from the moment I submitted my requirements, it took them 30 days to get back to me with a letter of acceptance. Now in that letter of acceptance, once you get it, they'll be telling you to pay a reservation fee, which will secure your slot for that semester. And basically you have to pay that fee, if I'm not mistaken, within 30 or 45 days. And once they do receive the payment, they will now give you the official letter of acceptance, which you will be giving to the embassy once you're applying for your visa. And then that kind of like confirmation or reservation fee will be deducted from your first semester's tuition fee. I guess all in all, before I got my actual letter of acceptance, like the official one that I had to give to the embassy, it took me about 40 or 50 days. Oh, and for new students, a lot of people ask about prof recommendations because a lot of people are also taking business administration, and we do share the same basic subjects for our first year. So personally, I will recommend some of the profs that I have absolutely enjoyed. For accounting, please take Wayne Lang. He is really good at accounting. He is an accountant with several, you know, those things after your name, and there's like an M whatever, CPA, this. He has so many of those, but he doesn't make you feel like he's smarter than you. He makes it very easy to understand accounting concepts. Like, accounting already is very hard for me because I'm not huge with numbers. Like, I don't love it, but he explains things very easily. And also, like, he has a student assistant, I think that's what you call them. So basically, if you're enrolled in accounting, every Friday you have like a session that just reviews you for the quizzes or for the next lesson, or if there are concepts that you don't understand, then this student assistant will kind of like teach you and help you understand those concepts more. And his student assistant is actually Filipino, and she's able to help us Filipinos understand it more because she speaks in Filipino and explains things that, you know, only Filipinos understand. Like, that's how we understand things. So that makes it very easy, and that's why I recommend Wayne Lang. And for marketing, I absolutely loved my marketing class. Like, it was with Navneet Gill. I love her so much. Like, the class was amazing. I learned so much. All of the homework or like projects that we had to do were very fun to do. Like, she makes it very engaging. Like, before every quiz, we have like game sessions where, you know, she actually reviews us, and she's just amazing. Like, I loved my experience with her, and I actually finished my class with an A. I fully recommend Navneet Gill for your marketing classes. And for organizational behavior, I recommend Bunmi Obateru. I don't know if I pronounced it right. I'm so sorry, Bunmi, if you see this. I'm so sorry. She loves to teach so much, and she just makes concepts very easy to understand, and she's very patient with us, and she's actually very engaging too. Like, she will ask each and every student to respond, or like his or her experience, and you're just staying tuned the whole class. Like, an hour and 30 is not enough for her. It goes by so quickly. I love that class. You're gonna learn so much, and she's very patient with students, especially foreign students. So I love that about most of the professors here too. Like, most of the professors in BVC know that most of the students have English as their second language, so a lot of them are just learning English or are struggling to express themselves because, you know, they are very limited with the words that they have if they want to express how they feel or if they want to ask a question. Like, professors here are very, very patient, and that's something I really appreciate. Like, I'm not sure if other schools are like that too, but some of my professors also teach in other schools here in Calgary. I feel like maybe it is a Canadian thing, like Canadians are just generally nice, but yeah, it feels very good to be in a place that actually understands people, and it's just very helpful, you know? And lastly, people have been asking me about the workload of BVC. So I'll be honest with you. Anyone you talk to in BVC will tell you that 5 subjects is too much if you want to work part-time. And honestly, it's very heavy. So this is a postgraduate program. In postgrad, each class is its own. If that class wants to give you 5 papers for a whole month, plus your midterm, and your other 4 classes want to do that, and you're also working a full 20 hours in a week, or not even 20 hours, as long as you're just working, it's too much, and it's very heavy, and you have to know yourself. So I've been taking full load since my first semester here. I've been taking 5 classes per semester, and I'm also working part-time, and as much as possible I try to max out my 20 hours because I need the money. Who doesn't need the money? Honestly, it's been very hard. I like to tell my friends that I am still quite young compared to all of my other classmates here. A lot of them are, you know, married already, they have kids, they have families, they have other responsibilities, and because I am just also I'm not that studious, but I just have high standards for myself. So I know that I can do 5 classes, and I feel like that additional pressure on top of life's pressure will just help me become a better. Obviously, it's very hard. I have friends that are not working part-time and they still take 3 or 4 classes. I have friends that are working part-time and are just taking 3 classes. I have very few friends who are like me, who are working part-time and are taking a full load. So it's really up to you, but I will tell you that the workload is quite heavy per class. There's a lot of papers, there's a lot of midterms, there's a lot of, like, we have weekly discussion boards, we have weekly quizzes, we have weekly activities, especially for economics. Like, oh my gosh, my economics is crazy. But there's a lot of requirements and it can be quite heavy. I've actually had a lot of friends come up to me and be like, Annika, how do you do it? How do you work 20 hours a week and still take 5 classes and have a social life? I will always answer the same thing. I don't sleep. I gave up sleep. Like, a social life to me is very important because I am very extroverted, and there was a time like I wasn't going out. I just buried myself in school. I just kept working and I was sleeping properly, but I was very lonely. I was very, very lonely. So now I have a very good social life. I think so far I'm doing good with my classes, and I'm also trying to do 20 hours a week at work as much as I can, but I just don't sleep. Yeah, my advice is know yourself. If you're a very studious person and if you're very hardworking, then go ahead, take 5 classes. If you think like you still need a life and you have other responsibilities too, then go ahead and take less classes. Like, you can always take the other classes that you're not taking for fall and winter during spring and summer. But the thing I learned with spring and summer is that classes are very fast-paced, because spring and summer classes just take a month or 2, if I'm not mistaken, and workload is twice as heavy. But again, if you're only taking 1 class for 2 months, then it should be fine, right? So if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. I hope I was able to help you with any of your questions about Bow Valley College. If you have any more questions, you can leave them down below and I will answer them in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, and please don't forget to subscribe. I appreciate all the views, all the subscriptions, and everything that you guys do. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!